It is Haz here, everyone. Welcome to this episode of More Babylon's Fall, and I'm happy to finally be able to make this one as I was kind of lacking information before, but the recent developer stream was really juicy. This episode will be talking about the different game modes available in Babylon's Fall, what you will be doing, and what new modes will be unlocked in the first season. There will be 4 types of game modes they announced, but there might be minor versions of them in the main story. They haven't really revealed much about the main scenario. They really tried to keep it spoiler free, but we do know that we will be climbing up the Tower of Babel. Each level will consist of multiple missions and a boss mission to finish it off. Each of these levels will also be a different biome with unique looks. This is by no means a confirmation, but apparently there are over 80 missions in the full game, so right now we can only guess how many missions per one level of the tower. I'd love if it was 5, but I guess something around 8 or 10 is realistic. So my personal guess is 8 to 10 bosses. And we don't really know if we are reaching the top or not at all. So keep in mind this is just all my guesses. But anyhow, let's move on to the mission types. The bulk of our missions will be the ones we've seen a lot, called Skirmish. In these missions, we'll travel across the tower through somewhat linear areas and battle the defenders in giant arenas for 3 or 4 verses. During these battles, you will also have a chance to bump into so-called infamous enemies, who will be tougher than the usual mini-bosses, but they will afford you special items. Skirmishes follow the main design philosophy of Babylon's Fall to be short and sweet gameplay experience, and will last for an average around 15 minutes or so, that players can jump in and out playing this game without feeling too time-locked. Next one is more exciting, introducing Siege Quests. Siege quests are going to be special weekly assignments. Yes, our first weekly quests, where the Imperials task you to defend strategic resources or make an assault. It's hard to tell for now, but my guess it is going to be a payload type of mission, escorting a resource card and defending it, versus a special mission where you have to use unique environmental items that have been also showcased in the recent developer stream. This one I already like a lot more than Skirmishes, don't get me wrong, Skirmishes will be fun, but I'm glad there is a more nuanced game mode than just a checkpoint battling mode. Siege quests will be themed every week to an element, meaning that the enemies you encounter may have different elemental weaknesses each week, requiring you to prepare properly for each mission. Sieges will also reward you with special currency for which you can purchase a variety of rewards back at camp, including crafting blueprints for extremely powerful items. Sounds good. A weekly mission type with different elements is already a good incentive to gather multiple types of sets and character builds, and it seems the developers understand what players want in an action RPG, a good incentive to keep developing your character. For now, that is what is set to be available at launch, but let's take a look at the first newly introduced game mode, Duels. Spoiler warning for those who care, I will be showing a boss fight footage here, so in case you don't want to see anything, you might want to skip this part. Whether these will be unique fights or existing hard mode bosses, we don't know yet, but duels are designed to be your hard mode challenging strategic battles where you and your group will have to challenge mighty adversaries for amazing rewards. Proper equipment and coordination is recommended for these battles. We already had a boss battle analysis video, but this fight further confirms it for me that this game will have some sick fights and I love it. I mainly play Final Fantasy XIV as my MMORPG, so excuse me for comparing just to it, but I can see lots of mechanics from there, or generally from MMOs, and seeing it in an action RPG is just so exciting. From the Shiva AoE phase to Titan rock mines, I really enjoy the special dodging mechanics that are more about thinking rather than great reflexes, so this is big positive for me. I hope to see more fun battles through the game, and it also opens up lots of possibilities for collaborative boss fights from other games, perhaps with unique rewards. The last game mode announced for now will arrive with the game's first major update, 1.1, on the 22nd of March, called Gauntlets. Gauntlets are extremely challenging quests with modifiers that affect various elements of gameplay. Gauntlet modifiers are displayed on the quest selection screen, giving you vital intel on what type of loadout you'll need to survive the trials within. While the footage they have shown looks like a jumping puzzle type of mission, my initial feeling and what they have hinted at is that it's going to be much more than that, and it's going to be much more expensive than that, giving you randomized battle challenges of various kinds, which is a nice way of already working towards engaging and fun endgame content that keeps us entertained on the long run. This sounds a lot like World of Warcraft Mythic Dungeons or Wildstar Challenge Dungeons, or from what I've heard, Destiny's Nightfall missions, but I'm sure there are other great examples, so please share them in the comments section so people can relate to more games. Either way, they will be special randomized dungeons with various challenges the group will have to overcome and complete and get the highest ranking to get the best rewards. I feel both duels and gauntlets are very important when it comes to the longevity of the game, and I'm happy to see that the basics are already implemented. This is already miles ahead of some other game releases to ensure the foundations for a fun long-term ARPG with challenging randomized missions that give rewards and give players a reason to keep playing. But that is our quick summary of the game modes to come with Babylon's Fall after yesterday's giant developer reveal. I was personally already very positive about the game, but these last bit of news put most of my worries away and has me very curious of what's to come. Babylon's Fall releases in less than a week, and I'll be showing as much content both here and on my Twitch channel every day as I can. Until then, stay safe, Sentinels.